When I first heard Sony was doing a conference for the PlayStation 5, I was worried and quite frankly certain they'd pull a Microsoft and just talk about the specs and tech of the console, and not the actual games. I figured if they were to show any actual games, it'd be like Knack 3 or something. But after watching this new conference, I will gladly take the L. They really did pull out the big guns for this one, back to back quality for all the games they showed. I don't think I was so impressed by a conference since ever. With one swift move, Sony has established themselves as the big dogs of this generation so far. Microsoft is over here with a fridge trying to justify it because I guess the frame rate is pretty good. Nintendo has been coasting by this year, one game announced, and it's Paper Mario of all things. And considering Sticker Star and Color Splash were extremely disappointing titles, all signs are pointing at Origami King to be another disappointing title. The only real downside of this conference was, oh shit, Bully 2? LA Noire 2? Red Dead 1 remake? Or did online updates? Oh, no, wait, it's just a game Rockstar has been milking for the past 3 generations. So. Rockstar, you have another online game, you know that, right? Insomniac came in after Rockstar to teach them how to give the people what they want with that new Spider-Man 2 game, and it looks really good. My biggest worry is that this is just going to be the same Spider-Man game with just a Miles Morales skin on it. But with the invisibility feature and electric attacks being shown off for a split seconds, all signs are pointing at this being another great Spider-Man entry. They showed a new Gran Turismo game. But that new Ratchet game? Damn. The game looks like it's taking strides to mix the basic Ratchet formula and mix it with fluidity. Like you're battling a horde of dudes and bam, you transport somewhere else and so on. I really hope they can capture the sense of heart-pumping, exciting gameplay that Doom Eternal achieved with flying colors earlier this year. But unfortunately, looking at the gameplay they showed, I'm worried they're gonna screw up the fluidness a little bit. Notice here when you transport, your camera doesn't move and you're stuck to where you were originally and you have to move that slow-ass camera to shoot at the other enemies. I feel like that tiny detail will become detrimental to the pacing of the action, but if they fix that, it's gonna be awesome. Capcom came in with Resident Evil 8 out of nowhere. I'm not a big fan of the Resident Evil franchise, but it's interesting to see how they're sticking with the first-person view from now on. Also, watching Cosmonaut Variety Hour's reaction was pretty fun.
What? Boy! They got me again!
Capcom also brought in this weirdo game called Praguemata, and though we don't know much about it, it looks very intriguing. My worry is that it's just going to be another Death Stranding situation, but if Capcom actually communicates what the story is about before launch, then we should be good. This new soccer game they showed off is probably going to win Game of the Year. Square Enix came in with Project Atheia, which looks incredible visually. I've lost all hope in terms of the story, but the gameplay, I feel like the gameplay could really do something special, so if they just focus on that, I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Stellar Ash's art style reminds me of Journey, so I'm sure it's going to be pretty cool. Oddworld Soulstorm looks like the funny haha game, though I'm not so sure how to feel about the gameplay. Goodbye Volcano High looks like it's going to be a very emotional yet lighthearted narrative game, but I hope it's more than just another visual novel. Little Devil Inside was probably one of my favorite games they showed off because of how goofy yet fun the game looked. Visually, it's not too impressive, but that's not such a big deal because the gameplay looks fun as hell. It reminds me a lot of a Tim Burton film, and that's 1000% a good thing. Horizon Zero Dawn got a sequel announced, and visually it looks incredible. The creatures they showed off look so detailed, it looks a hell ton of fun to play. Housemarque came in with a new game called Returnal, and just like Pragmata, I'm worried it's another Death Stranding situation, but so far it looks great. However, the Sackboy game from Sumo Digital has me really worried because I feel like it's going to be a Chibi Robo Ziplash situation where they're taking away everything from Little Big Planet and putting platform elements in there. Despite that, the gameplay shown isn't really that bad, so it seems like they know what they're doing, but we'll just have to see. My friends are really excited over that new Demon Souls remake. It looks great in the graphics department, but it's going to kick my ass, so I'm not going to play it. But if I had to choose one as my favorite game, then I'm going to go say Deathloop from Arcane Studios. God damn, does this game do nothing but excite me every time I watch the trailers. It looks like the main focus of the game is just to keep your heart pumping and make you experiment with the tools at your disposal. The fact that it resets every time you die makes me think it's going to be hard as hell, but every death will give you more experience in the level as it inches you towards the end of the game. Not only do the shootouts in the trailer look fun as hell, but you can use the Force from Star Wars, which means it's automatically the best game of the century. Like seriously, look at the way he kills this guy here, like... This game is going to be awesome. The game looks fun as hell, and it's definitely the game that makes me the most excited for the PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5 is looking real good so far.